Hands back with another figure unboxing video. And as you can see today, it's all about the EST of WWE, the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Bianca Belair. Elite Series 81. I was super excited to find this in a quick little fig hunt last night. If you want to check it out, I'll put it in the title cards right up here. But let's take a look at the EST in her package. Got the awesome front window view here, her picture on the front, the certified authentic. These are some of the newer boxings for the Mattel Elites. It's got the True FX. Got the picture on this side. Got the picture on this side. Let's take a look at the back here. She's the strongest, the fastest, and the toughest superstar today. No matter how you look at it, Bianca Belair is the EST of WWE. See who else we got in the line here? You got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Shinsuke Nakamura, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford, the Street Profits, and stunning Steve Austin. Now in that same fig hunt I mentioned a second ago, I did see Angelo Dawkins, but no Montez Ford, so I left him there. I'd like to get them together so that way I can do an unboxing of both of them. You can look at her stats there. From Knoxville, Tennessee, her finisher is the KOD, standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall. Really excited to get my hands on this figure, but you know how we do here on the channel. Let's let her breathe right now. And there you have it, the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. Let's start with the accessories first. She does come with the kind of arena sunburst backdrop, which are always nice. I hang on to them. I may find a use for them one day. She does come with the soft goods jacket. You can see it's kind of got her dancing and twirling the hair there. It's really cool. It's almost like a leathery material. See, you got EST and the big lips on the back. Setting it up just like that. I'll try that on her here in a few minutes. She does come with extra hands, which is always nice. She's got the fist. Got the open hands here. Now, just a little point of advice for all you other fig collectors out there. If you have figures of smaller wrestlers like your Rey Mysterios or your Drake Mavericks, women's hands actually work better on some of those figures, because if you've seen the Drake Mavericks or some of the Rey Mysterios, their hands are huge compared to their arms and the rest of their bodies. Pop on some interchangeable women's hands with the same skin tone and it looks a lot better. I've done that with my Rey Mysterio figure. She also comes with her studded glasses there. Get a close-up look. You can see all the stud work around the frames there. But let's take a look. The woman of the hour, the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble winner. Let's take a look here. Awesome face scan. These True FX figures are just second to none. They capture the look so well. Got a long hair there with EST down it and the studs in her hair. Let's look at her attire. Again, you have the Kissing Lips logo with her kind of dancing, twirling her hair on her top. All of her bottom. EST on the butt there. You can see it does have all the lips tattoos, the kissing lips down her spine with Bianca. And also here, Bianca Belair EST, kind of studded there in her hair. Silver ponytail. It all matches, which is really nice. All the silver, it looks really good. It really pops on the dark hair. Let's take a look here at the articulations. Just your standard Elite. We don't have the double jointed elbows yet. They are coming soon to the new Elites. I think Elite 84 or 85 they're going to start with. It's got the black boots with the silver. It looks really nice, really clean. Don't see any defects or anything, which is always nice to get. And the double jointed knees there. She does have the ankle pivot, which is nice. I'm really enjoying the ankle pivot, and she does have the toe pivot like the Ultimate Editions. They're starting to add these into some of the regular Elites too, which is really, really nice. Good hip rotation, got the chest. Wow, that moves a lot. And I know I've seen a lot of people asking about her hair. There's no wire in it, which I was kind of disappointed in hearing about. It'd be nice if it had a wire so you kind of pose it in crazy things, but it is just a rubber extension. But you can have her, you know, holding it very easily with these mic holding hands, which she comes with. So Awesome posability with this figure. Really excited to finally get my hands on the EST. I've been wanting this one for a while. Once I saw it was announced, I was like, I need to get Bianca Belair. Awesome figure. So glad to have her. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this Bianca Belair figure unboxing. Real quick before we go, just to show you how the glasses look on her face. They don't set very well on her head. You have to kind of push them down in spots and finagle them a little bit to get them to look nice and even and straight on her face. The jacket looks really good on her. Super awesome figure here. And just a little close up on the glasses. They do have the silver around the sides too. I forgot to mention that earlier. But again, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old, and she falls over. Oh my.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel big.
It's Monday. You know what that means. Welcome, everyone, to this week's Monday Night Raw Preview. This is the Wrestling with Fans podcast, a pro wrestling podcast created by fans for fans from a fan's perspective. My name is Kyle. Today is March the 8th, 2021. Shout out to the people who've already liked the stream, the guys that are in here. If you're in here, give the video a thumbs up. Let me know you're here in the comments. Say hi in the comments. Would love to chat with you guys. Once again, WWE has not given us much to work with. Haven't given us a lot to work with. Once again this week, there are only 2 things on this week's Raw Preview. So we're going to try to make it up as we go along, guys. As per usual, right here on the Wrestling with Fans YouTube channel. Don't forget the streaming schedule. Mondays, like tonight, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern for the Monday Night Raw Preview. Come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. It is a live recording of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. This week, tomorrow night, we'll probably break down some of AEW Revolution, the news coming out of the post-media scrum call with Tony Khan, and we'll probably touch on anything big that happens on Raw and any other big news stories that hit this week. Then on Wednesday, it'll be the AEW Dynamite and NXT preview show, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern. It is the best night in wrestling, at least for now. The rumors are swirling that NXT could be moving to Tuesdays next month. And of course, Fridays, 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern for the SmackDown preview. Check us out on the web at WrestlingWithFans.com. You can download or stream the podcast at any time. Follow us on Facebook. Head over to Facebook.com/WrestlingWithFans. Hulk smash that like button to keep up to date with everything we do here at Wrestling with Fans. If you're watching live on YouTube, you already know about the YouTube channel, YouTube.com. Search Wrestling with Fans podcast. Click the blue logo and then super click that subscribe button. We are so close to 50. We're at 42. I'd love to hit 50 by the end of the month. Love to have you guys on board. If you caught the pre-show, you saw the Bianca Belair figure unboxing. That's going to go live tomorrow. So if you're watching live tonight, you get an early sneak peek at that video. Follow us on Instagram. Just search Wrestling with Fans. Give us a follow. You can take us on the go and download us to your favorite podcast listening device. You can get us wherever you find your podcast fix. Apple, Google, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher. And we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email, wwfshow@gmail.com. All that fun jazz. If you'd like to get your hands on an official Wrestling with Fans t-shirt, head over to wrestlingwithfans.com/shop. Head over to the Spreadshirt shop. Get your hands on one of our awesome Wrestling with Fans t-shirts. All right, we got DJ here in the chat. What is good, my man? Glad to have you with me tonight. So let's look at the official WWE Raw preview. Let me pull up WWE.com to see if they have anything else listed on there. I doubt they will. Nope. Oh no, they do have one extra thing. So we are getting a WWE Championship match tonight. We're going to be getting Bobby Lashley defending against former WWE Champion The Miz. Last week on Raw, Bobby Lashley conquered The Miz in dominant fashion to become the new WWE Champion in a lumberjack match. Tonight, the almighty title holder will kick off his reign in a rematch against the A-lister. Can Miz find a way to overcome the intense force of nature? Or will it simply be the first stop on the almighty road to WrestleMania? I fully expect some type of shenanigans in this match. I don't see The Miz winning it back. Bobby Lashley's going to carry it into WrestleMania. What he does from there will be interesting. We'll see what happens. And I'm getting all kinds of emails because I have my email open. Okay. We also have Braun Strowman will ask Shane McMahon for an apology. Because reasons, of course. Says here on WWE.com, Braun Strowman is one angry monster and he wants answers. The monster among men feels like Shane McMahon has been out to get him in recent weeks. From excluding him from the Elimination Chamber match to not automatically giving him a WWE Championship opportunity, Strowman has some grapes. Matters were made worse last week when Shane may have inadvertently cost Strowman and Adam Pearce the Raw Tag Team titles in their match against the Hurt Business. So now an apology may be in order. Will Shane McMahon grant Braun Strowman's wish and issue an apology to the monster among men? I'm going to go and answer that and say no. I doubt that's going to happen. And the final thing listed for tonight, Bobby Lashley set to celebrate historic WWE Championship victory. Says here on WWE.com, an almighty celebration is upon us. Coming off this monumental victory over The Miz last week, the new WWE Champion Bobby Lashley will join his fellow members of the Hurt Business for an epic celebration this Monday on Raw. What will the CEO of the Hurt Business, MVP, and Raw Tag Team Champion Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander have in store for Lashley's first full Raw as WWE Champion? Then if you want to tune in to Raw Talk, immediately following Raw over on the WWE Network, they have United States Champion Matt Riddle, Peyton Royce, and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day. So at least they have something for Raw Talk planned afterwards. So let's jump back. We got Miz and Lashley in a title match. I don't see, to be perfectly honest, and I hope they don't go this route. I really don't, but the rumor and innuendo is that we're going to get the tag match at WrestleMania with Miz and Morrison versus Priest and Bad Bunny. I hope they don't try to cheapen this rematch with some type of interference or distraction from Priest and Bad Bunny. I hope we save that for maybe next week or Fast Lane or the post-Raw after Fast Lane. That is my hope. I don't want them to dampen Bobby Lashley as champion in his first night as WWE champion. I could easily see The Miz trying to get involved in the Hurt Business, putting a quick and swift stop to that. The real question is, Drew McIntyre is no longer champion. He opened Raw last week. Will we get Drew McIntyre opening Raw tonight? That is the question. I'm guessing we're going to get the victory celebration at the top of the hour. That would make the most sense because you bring out the Hurt Business at the top of the show. You celebrate Lashley's win. And you set up the match with Miz later. And anything that maybe Shelton and Cedric do tonight on Raw, they can set that up at that point. I expect we'll get to the celebration early. We'll probably get the Shane and Braun stuff maybe at the top of the second hour or maybe the top of the third hour. Unless they have some real big angle plan to set up WrestleMania. I could see that going on in the third hour. But I'm thinking top of the second hour, maybe top of the third at the latest. I don't see that being a very late thing in Raw tonight. Bobby will probably open. Yes, I agree, DJ. Bobby will probably open Raw. It would make the most sense. You usually kick off Raw with your champion. At least that was the MO during the Drew McIntyre era. Drink a Mountain Dew for the working man. So what else can we expect? As we usually do in these preview shows, since WWE doesn't give us a lot to go off of on Mondays and Fridays. After the matches last week, the 6-man with Lucha House Party and Matt Riddle taking on Mace, Slapnuts, and Teabag of Retribution. And then Mustafa Ali defeated Matt Riddle pretty quick afterwards. I could see maybe a United States Championship match tonight between Mustafa Ali and Matt Riddle to see to pick up a pinfall win over the champ last week. Maybe even another rematch of sorts with the Lucha House Party and 2 of the members of Retribution. I could see that being a possibility. Charlotte Flair beat Shayna Baszler last week on Raw. Maybe they'll do Charlotte versus Nia Jax this week. Maybe we'll get lucky and Nia will injure Charlotte and that'll put her out for a while so we won't have to see her all over our screens. The Omniflare. Because Nia Jax beat Naomi last week. I hope they don't go Nia versus Lana because we've seen that to death. Damian Priest beat Elias in a entirely too competitive match. Priest has been booked very well since his call up to the main roster. Had a good showing at the Royal Rumble and has been booked strong on Raw ever since. And the pairing with Bad Bunny definitely puts a lot of eyes on Damian Priest. So maybe we'll see Priest versus Elias's second Jackson Riker. And hopefully, if he does wrestle Jackson Riker tonight, it's a 3-minute squash. Riker should not get any significant offense in the match. They need to book Priest to be strong. Because if they are going to go with this tag match at WrestleMania, I think that's just going to be a stepping stone for Priest post-WrestleMania. Let's see. All right, just checking some notifications here. Drew McIntyre took on Sheamus last week. So I don't know what they'll do to follow up that. Maybe we'll get some kind of setup for something coming up at Fast Lane. I could see doing maybe Sheamus and Drew. Maybe you could even throw in a Keith Lee since I don't think they've done anything with him lately. And AJ Styles. Set up some kind of match at Fast Lane where the winner faces Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. DJ says here, I don't know about you, but I hate the Bad Bunny storyline. I had no idea who Bad Bunny was. The only thing I knew about Bad Bunny is he was in those Corona commercials with Snoop Dogg. That was my introduction to Bad Bunny. I had no clue who the hell Bad Bunny was before those commercials. And even when I saw him in those commercials, I still had no idea just who the hell he was. It wasn't until he had his performance at the Royal Rumble with his Booker T song that I finally found out a little backstory and a little background on who Bad Bunny is. There's a lot of people that don't like celebrities in wrestling. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't hate them when they're done right. I think if you set up the proper story, you can actually make celebrity stuff work. Now, pairing him with Damian Priest, like I said earlier, is smart because he was the top streamer on all of Spotify in 2020. 50 million downloads or streams or however the metric is for Spotify, but the top streamer last year, won several Latin Grammy Awards. So he is one of the biggest musical artists in the world right now. So having him on WWE TV, you would think would be drawing in some of his fan base, but ratings in the last couple months, while they haven't continued a full-blown free fall, haven't gotten much better. Now, Bad Bunny's segments, however, are drawing. And I don't have the exact numbers, but I was reading something the other day that he is a ratings draw. His segments do draw in numbers. Does pull people into the program. And I think with the whole no fans and everything else that's going on in the world, anything to increase the amount of eyeballs on your product is good. I think they can do better with the storyline, and I hope we get something good. I don't know how they're going to pull it off. I mean, they kind of had some back and forth in the weeks following WrestleMania up until Elimination Chamber when the Miz cashed in, and then they kind of put that on hold for now. Like I said, maybe once Miz gets his rematch with Lashley tonight, and that's done and over with, we move on. We'll pick up with Miz and Morrison versus Priest and Bad Bunny I don't know how they'll make into a match. I mean, Miz did destroy his DJ set at Royal Rumble. Bad Bunny got a little bit of revenge in the Rumble match with the big dive, and they've kind of had some back and forth since then. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of celebrities, but if they're done right, they can be really good. And there's not really a lot to go off of with Bad Bunny yet, I don't think. He's pretty much only been used in backstage segments and been at ringside for some things. Haven't had him really involved, and I think once they start to get him involved, then it'll give me an opportunity to formulate where I think this is going and how it's done. But there are people, I guess like you, DJ, that aren't a fan of celebrities in wrestling, and I get that. There's been several celebrity stuff that I haven't enjoyed. The whole Raw guest host, I wasn't a fan of. The stuff with Kevin Federline and John Cena back in the day wasn't very good. You got to go back a ways to like the early WrestleManias where I think WWE really maximized celebrities. Not so much recently. Might have heard it wrong, but I think the preview just said the championship match first. That would be interesting. And we are about 8 minutes from Monday Night Raw. I'll have to flip the TV. I've been watching NCIS. My girlfriend was watching it the other night when I went over. And after watching like 2 episodes, like, this show is pretty damn good. So I came home, and it was like an episode in like season 6 or 7. So I'm back and started from the beginning. I'm on episode 18 of season 1, going back and rewatching all of NCIS. So, Jen, if you're in here in the chat, thank you for getting me hooked on the show, because now I've got 18 seasons to catch up on. So at least it's something that'll be long term. But I've been catching up on NCIS, watching it for the first time from the beginning. So I got to flip over to Raw here in a few minutes. Might end the stream a minute or two early. I've kind of had a headache all day. Let's see if we've got anything new on WWE.com. Let's see if they have updated. If it's doesn't say. No, nothing new. Well, we got a few minutes. Or not much else really to chat about. This is here. Yeah, Bad Bunny is fine. I just don't like how he is booked. Yeah, 18 seasons. I've seen commercials for it for NCIS, and I was like, it kind of looks like CSI, and I really like the original CSI. Up to like 14 seasons, and like the last couple I haven't really been into, but the show's pretty good. If you like CSI type shows, crime dramas, it's tonight on Cop Drama. They're gonna say the S word 4 times. But it's a good show. It'll give me something to do in between live streams and making YouTube content and going on fig hunts and spending time with the family. So something to kill some time in between, because I'm always looking for good shows to watch and all that good jazz. I'm going to read something off here because we are 10 days away from the official switch to Peacock for the WWE Network. Let me move this over here so I can read the article. This is the official press release from WWE.com. This was posted today. So we get a little bit of a update on what we're doing here. So starting March 18, Peacock will begin rolling out WWE Network content just before WWE Fast Lane, the first WWE pay-per-view event on the service. The new WWE destination on Peacock will feature fan-favorite content at launch, including all past WrestleManias leading up to WrestleMania 37, streaming exclusively on Peacock. WWE will have a dedicated page on Peacock where fans can browse and access every pay-per-view event in the last calendar year, current or most recent season episodes of WWE Original Series, Steve Austin's The Broken Skull Sessions, WWE Chronicle, and WWE Icons, in-ring action with new weekly episodes of NXT the day after air, as well as the 2021 replays of Raw and SmackDown 30 days after air. Groundbreaking documentaries including The Undertaker, The Last Ride, WWE 24, and WWE Untold, reality series including Total Bellas, as well as collections of featured series, topical moments like Stone Cold Steve Austin Week, and playlists showcasing current superstars. Peacock will continually add WWE Network content to the library, making the entire WWE Network archive, including every WWE, WCW, and ECW pay-per-view event in history, available to stream on demand before SummerSlam. Okay, so we'll take a quick pause here. It seems that it's going to have all the WrestleManias and a lot of the documentaries, but everything else is going to be slowly rolled out between now and SummerSlam. So for those in the U.S., when is Fast Lane? Fast Lane, I think, is the 18th. Let's see. WWE Fast Lane is March 21st. Sorry. So it's gonna switch over to the network on the 18th. They'll have 3 days, and then Fast Lane will be the first live pay-per-view on Peacock 3 days later. So they're not gonna have a lot of turnaround. And this is what kind of gets me is, so between March and August, so April, May, June, July, August. So for 5 months, everything will not be on the network. I believe for the U.S. customers, it ends at the end of March or maybe sometime in April. Okay, here we go. April 4th is the end. So between March 18th and April 4th, watch whatever you want to watch on the network, because after April 4th, some of those things will not be available on Peacock right away, which kind of sucks. I've honestly thought about getting a VPN service just so I can spoof my location to the UK so I can keep the WWE Network app and watch on the network app, because I'm not a fan of the Peacock app. I've used it to watch some shows before. Again, I get it for free. I'm an Xfinity customer for my cable. But it says here, when WWE sunsets the existing standalone WWE Network app on April 4th, Peacock will be the exclusive streaming home to WWE Network in the U.S. To continue streaming WWE Network content, fans will need to sign up for Peacock. As previously announced, Network, including all pay-per-views, will be available on Peacock Premium for $4.99, a $5 a month savings. Starting today, Peacock is also offering the WWE Universe deeper savings for a limited time. Details available at peacocktv.com/WWE. Peacock Premium is included at no additional cost for Comcast eligible Xfinity X1 and Flex customers, Cox Contour customers, and then it has all of the devices you can get the Peacock app on. Like, will pay-per-view still be on the network? For non-U.S. residents, as of April 4th, you will no longer be able to access the WWE Network app if you live in the U.S. International users will still be able to use the network app going forward. But after April 4th, you must have a Peacock account. It is only $4.99 a month. The network was $9.99, so you get a $5 a month savings signing up for Peacock Premium. Plus, you get all the other stuff that Peacock offers, which is a lot of the NBC Universal shows. Okay, I just pulled it up. So peacocktv.com/WWE. Let's see here. Limited time offer. Get 4 months of access for a single one-time payment of $9.99. Upon conclusion of the 4-month offer period, your subscription will auto-renew on a monthly basis at $4.99 a month until you cancel. So for your first, if you do not have Peacock now, jump on this now. For anybody listening, anybody watching, if you do not currently have Peacock Premium or do not have it free with your Xfinity or your Cox cable, sign up now. You can get 4 months for $9.99. So it's $250 a month. You get it for half off for the first 4 months. Then it'll go up to $4.99 a month after that. Does it automatically switch? I am not 100% sure. The last thing I've seen, and they really haven't given us a lot to go off of. And again, this kicks off in 10 days. Is that if you have a current WWE Network subscription, you are automatically rolled over into Peacock, but it'll only be $4.99 a month. That was my understanding. I don't know if that's the case. Let me look. Give me 1 second here. It's 8:01. Raw is starting. Let me back out of this, pull up Raw real quick. I'll look and see if there's an answer out there because I honestly do not know. And they're showing a recap. So okay. Let's see what I can find here. Yeah, nothing. I'm just looking back through the WWE press release. It doesn't say anything about it on here. I just tried to do a Google search. Let's see here. It does not say. So I honestly have no clue if it's going to automatically roll over. I've already put an alert in my phone to cancel my WWE Network subscription. I got to check when the renewal date is. So I can cancel it before I get charged again for like a partial month. Which mine is next billing date March 16th. So I'll be without a network for 2 days. But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any answers, DJ. So if I see anything, I'll make sure I put it in a video or talk about it on a live stream. I'll do a little research, see if I can find out tonight. Maybe bring it up on the podcast tomorrow night, but I'm gonna call it right there. Okay, so I'll wait till the 18th to switch. Yes, what I would do, DJ, just pull up your network, the WWE network on like your computer or phone, look at your account and see when your billing date is. If your billing date, my lights are changing because I use my remote. If your billing date is after the 18th, I would cancel it on the 18th. If it's before the 18th, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like my billing date recycles over on the 16th and it rolls out on the 18th. So again, I wish I had an answer. I really don't. And the initial press release said that it would automatically roll over, but I can't find anything else that confirms whether or not that's the case. So we'll see. We'll see. And looks like we do have Lashley kicking off Raw, but he is backstage. I don't have the volume up, so I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking to one of the nameless backstage interviewers with MVP. But we're in the stream there. Don't forget tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for the live recording of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Like I said, we're going to talk about a little bit of AEW Revolution and the botch, non-botch finish of the show. And some of the interesting information that came out during the post-show media scrum with Tony Khan. And an interesting quote from Paul White. So make sure you come back tomorrow. It's episode 145 of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Look forward to seeing you guys there. DJ Place, thank you for being in the chat as always, man. Always love chatting with you live here just about every night. So that's going to do it for this week. Monday Night Raw preview. Enjoy the show. See you guys right back here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern in about 24 hours for a live recording of the podcast. Until then, thank you all for watching. Once again, my name is Kyle. We'll see you next week right here on Wrestling with Fans.